Sorry, I'm gonna have missed 2 uploads because I didn't put one up today either. Basically, it's been a rough week. Started to have car trouble after Friendsgiving, so I was dealing with that. I'm still having car trouble, but can't change it. And then stressors at work, and then I'm pretty sure I caught a bug because I've had stomach issues for a few days. So I'm not going to church today. I did run a couple errands this morning because I needed certain foods for this Crockpot meal I'm about to put in. So today the plan is to bake a couple of the Christmas cookies because I never got to them last weekend. So this will be predominantly a baking vlog, but I'm going to show you what I'm making for dinner. It's a Crockpot meal, so, and I'm not doing it exactly how they said because I've never heard of putting in the meat at the end. So let me get prepped here. I'm going to go throw this liner in the Crockpot, and then we'll start chopping up veggies so we can get them in the Crockpot. So the recipe is a slow cooker bacon cheeseburger soup. I will link the recipe because I'm obviously having this for myself, but you basically need russet potatoes, yellow onion, carrots, some seasonings, chicken broth, ground beef, bacon, butter, flour, milk, and then salt and pepper jack cheese at the end. Green onion for garnish, so I have all of that. And I think I got a couple of bad veggies, but we're gonna make do with what I got because I'm not going back to the store. Yeah, we'll just take that chunk off and the rest should be okay. I don't know why I'm struggling. And then I need to check the laundry, and then watch church, and then we'll get to the cookie baking this afternoon after I've had some lunch. And I think this said to use shredded carrots. I'm just gonna cut mine down and call it good. I don't want to use shredded, and I'm putting this in so it'll probably be in there longer anyway than it says. When I get done with this and I check the laundry, I'm going to show you what I got from the Dollar Tree, because I had to go get like tins and stuff for what do you call it, cookies for shipping, but I also found a couple of really cute finds while I was there too. Good enough. So this called for parsley and basil, but I think I'm going to do dillweed and parsley because this is supposed to be like a cheeseburger. I think this will add your pickle element. So we're going to cover it and put it on low. I'm going to go ahead and do the ground beef and the bacon, so this is all out of the way. All right, and if you know me, I always cook with like half of what it asks for because I'm having the recipe. So I'm gonna do half of this for the crock pot, which I'll throw in right away, and then the other half I'm going to just cook it and put it aside, but that won't be for dinner till later in the week. I'm gonna make tacos, so I'm just gonna cook the meat now though. And then when I'm ready to have tacos, all I gotta do is add the seasoning and reheat it. Obviously, I know that can't work for everyone, but as a solo person, I don't like to do a whole recipe because then I'd end up wasting it. You know, I use a microwave bacon, so I'm just gonna cut this up and throw it in. I don't think we need to cook it. So I'm just trying to reuse the cutting board so I don't have to do more dishes. I think it said to use 4, but again, I'm using microwave, so this stuff's a lot thinner. And it is fully cooked, so I don't feel the need to have to actually cook it. I'm gonna take the dog out and then sit down and watch church. And then we'll come back a little bit later after I've made a phone call. I gotta do a little bit of stuff for work today. Just a phone call with Susie and to figure out a few things for tomorrow. And I just remembered I forgot to show you guys this stuff. So what I ended up getting, I got 2 of these to put some of the cookies that I don't do a lot of. And then I did get these little like bucket ones for the people I give cookies to nearby. We also got, hang on. Oh, okay, these ones, which are just like a little bit bigger. I think these ones held up better than the other ones I tried to use one year. So I got 2 different tops. There's 4 of these, so I can send cookies. And then these I just saw on like Instagram or Facebook this morning. They're solar powered light bulbs. I was like, I can't resist this. They showed them to take the lid off and fill it so you could give a gift in it. But I kind of think this is a cute idea to put like on the back porch or the bush behind the house or something. So I did get like 10 of these. I almost wish I would have bought more, but I got a good deal of green and red and then a couple blue and yellow in there. And then lastly, I got this like martini glass. This one's a little different shape than the ones I normally have, but I needed this for a mocktail. And then I saw this one and I thought this could work for the other mocktail that I'm making, and it's a little more Christmassy. But I never thought to do that, go to the dollar store and get these glasses when I need them. And then I saw this one, which I thought was super cute. It's more of that, you know, pop can style shape. So I had bought this one last year from the Dollar Tree, and it worked perfect to make my iced coffee in for the afternoon on Sundays. And I thought, how fun to have another one for my iced coffee in the afternoons. So that was the other glass, but that's everything I pretty much went and got real quick from the Dollar Tree. But I wanted to get most of this stuff because of, you know, cookies. I did my phone calls. We're gonna get started on cookies because I want to get this done. We're gonna start with the sugar cookies, I've decided, because I need to chill them before I roll them out and stuff. So I think it would be best to get the dough made and then do this differently. Get the dough made, chill it, and then make the other one, because the other one is just like a peppermint chocolate chip cookie situation that once I get the dough made, I'm just gonna make it into balls and throw it in the freezer so I can, you know, cook them later. So I've already gotten out the ingredients. This one's super simple. Okay, so in my little KitchenAid bowl here, I have butter and the sugar. We're gonna cream that. And then we're gonna add baking powder, vanilla. I need to grab the egg, and then I already pre-measured my flour. So once this is all done, then I'm going to transfer the dough to this bowl, and then we'll clean up and get ready for the next batch of cookies. And then I'll probably take a little break before I roll out cookies, because obviously that's a whole process getting out mats, and because I can't do it on this countertop. I've learned it sticks really bad, so I have to use a pastry mat down. And then hopefully we can get the cookies baked, rolled out, baked, and cooled so I can freeze those. So, but let's get started on creaming this, and then we'll go into the next step. Okay, so that one's done. I'm gonna reset, clean up my dishes real quick, and then pull out the ingredients that we need for the second ones. After I get the second ones made and in the freezer, then I think I'm gonna take a break, and then we'll come back and do the rollout and stuff, because there's more I gotta get out for that. Try and make this efficient. So again, I'll link these recipes down below because they are ones I found on Pinterest anyway. So I'll share them, but I'm just taking you along for the journey today. In here I have brown sugar, butter and sugar, egg, vanilla, flour, baking soda, and sea salt. So we're ready to mix, and then once we're done with this, we'll do the rest by hand. And what I do when I go to freeze them, besides putting the lid on, I always put a thin layer of saran wrap under the lid just to help with like a better seal. But these ones are just gonna go in the freezer, and we'll bake them as needed. I took a little break, folded some laundry, and cleaned up most of the mess that was in here for dishes. The cooling rack's out. I got the cookie sheets out and the dough's out. I've been trying to let it warm just a little. And now we've got the pastry mat out, the cutters I'm going to use. And then I use powdered sugar to roll them out because then they don't get yucky. They kind of get sweeter. Rolling pin, and then I had to move that stuff down so I had a even flat surface. So I'm going to go ahead and wash my hands, put my apron back on. I think I'm going to roll out at least 2 trays of cookies, then preheat the oven. We're done. I've turned the oven off. We have one last batch to come off the pan. I messed up this year. I'm not gonna lie. I think I either cut them too thick or because I normally don't have to bake them extra time. So I think either I cut them too thick for the time frame. I usually do them thick though because you don't want them to dry out or be too thin. So I don't know. Either way, I messed up. But they're still gonna be tasty. Still gonna ice them. So I'm gonna take a break. It is like 4 o'clock. And then the only other thing I'm probably gonna throw into this vlog, dinner when I finish it up here, probably in the next hour or so. I'm gonna make a basic roux with milk, flour, and butter, and then we're gonna add some pepper jack cheese in. I think the recipe calls for a cup of the cheese. So, and then I bought some rosemary, like herb bread to go with this. smells good. It's really good. I probably could have used a little bit more seasoning. I might add some more pepper and salt on it, but other than that, it's really good, and this was easy. Well, I hope you enjoyed coming along with me on this Sunday and starting the Christmas baking, as well as joining me while I made a new recipe, Crockpot dinner. This one's good. I will link, like I said, the Crockpot recipe and both cookie recipes in the description box for you. As always, though, I hope everyone has a blessed day.